Hey, Queen. I'm Viera Miles, and this is the Holistic Sister Circle podcast, a show where we hear the stories of soulful women all over the world dedicated to sharing insight into why holistic health is the future and what women should do today to ensure they have the necessary tools and resources to bring out their inner royal roots, assess their body, and remedy any illness from the comfort of their home. Y'all, we are setting the royal record straight, okay? If you'd like to connect with us further, you can follow us at The Holistic Sister Circle on Instagram and join the Holistic Sister Circle Facebook group for live interviews, collaborative Q&A, and exclusive training on how to build your wellness dream team. Now, let's dive into this week's episode. See you on the other side. Welcome to another episode of the Holistic Sister Circle. Today we have Tami with us, and Tami is an ageless Ayurvedic wellness mentor and quantum energy coach who transformed her life after years of battling an eating disorder and alcoholism. Her journey from breakdown to breakthrough led her to the sacred intersection of ancient wisdom and modern science. Through Ayurveda, Reiki, and brain-gut healing, Tami uncovered the keys to true vitality and soul alignment. She created Ageless to redefine what it means to age, not as a decline, but as a deepening of radiance, power, and purpose. Her work bridges neuroscience, gut health, and energy medicine to help others rise into vibrant, soul-led living.
Yeah.
Today, welcome.
Welcome. Nice to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. So, first of all, as we get started, I just want you to share with us what does Ayurvedic mean to you, and how do people know if they should be on an Ayurvedic journey?
Ayurvedic is so deep. It was amazing when I studied it. It was things I could never even have imagined. But I make it easy and simple. Ayurvedic is you're treating the whole person, unlike allopathic medicine, which treats the symptom. And you find out what dosha you are. There's three. Veda, Pitta, Kapha, you can be a combination. You do a quiz. And then from there, we can go and treat any imbalance. And the imbalances are symptoms that you're having. And you treat it with lifestyle. Of course, you treat it with food. You treat it with Ayurvedic herbs and mindset. It's almost like a feng shui for diet.
It's really interesting. Can you tell us a little bit about the three types of quizzes? I know you mentioned what the names are, but what are those?
It's not a quiz. It's just, not three types of quizzes. It's three types of body. It's what you are. The Ampita, I hate heat. Like, it's all about your characteristic. One would be tall and thin, that it's hard to gain weight, which we wish, but they're cold. And then there's a combination. It's all different characteristics of what you are. And when you take the quiz, it's the food that you like, and then you can find out what you are. Also, I will be working with blood work, where I will be working with a laboratory, and you can send your blood work in. It's very simple, and I will read it, and I can implement small, very small changes to help improve where you're lacking. Your blood work will show what you're deficient in, and we can tailor make a diet and vitamins and Ayurvedic herbs or naturopathic herbs, whatever I feel and you feel is best for you.
Oh, that's really interesting. And can you share, how did you actually get into this work?
I always was interested in Ayurvedic. Years ago, I was going to heal myself with Ayurvedics. I ordered hundreds of dollars worth of powders, which I still have. I was going to sleep at night. I was going to do this and that. So I've always been interested in healing, and the naturopathic is herbs as well. So I just started studying it and then got my certification. But Ayurvedic goes deep. Like, they have one where you throw up, which we wouldn't want to do. I know, right? It's what I don't want to do anymore. One is an enema, bloodletting. So that I will not be doing. I will not, right? I was so surprised. But yeah, so we will be doing like the herbs, and you can make your own. I can show you how to make your own, and diet. tailor make as well. I'm an ex-chef, so that's fun for me.
This is really interesting. And how did this trigger? Because I know obviously your background, you had an eating disorder, you were drinking alcohol. So how did
Mhm.
this transpire? How did you go from that to this?
Well, when I cured my eating disorder, when I had my eating disorder, I thought I could cure it with natural. I thought I could cure it with yin and yang, microbiotic. I tried everything, but it's eating disorder is an illness, and it's very hard to cure. You can't just jump into Ayurvedics or macrobiotics. You have to treat the illness, and you have to treat yourself first. But I was always trying all of this. And then when I stopped, I was not healed. The inside of me was, I stopped the behavior, but I was still drinking. So nothing's going to work when you have an addiction. You're not going to be able to heal yourself with anything, especially while you're drinking alcohol. But I've always studied it while I was engaging in the behavior. I've always been interested in health and wellness.
Wow. And what do you feel like led to your eating disorder?
I'm actually doing a story on it. My dad was mentally ill and my mom was miserable. She didn't know what she was in for. So I was raised by, it was a very abusive childhood, which I forgive them. And that's how Ageless was born, forgiveness and love. But I was called fat when I was like a toddler. And the craziness around food in my family, my father wouldn't get an operation because the doctor had a gut on him. So God, and yeah, he was a genius. He was great in other ways, but the food situation, and I was the first girl. So if I gained a little bit of weight, they were on me, and I was put in between their marriage. I was set up to have an eating disorder. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Hmm.
I'm sorry. How did that
That's
transpire with your siblings as well?
my siblings were boys, so they did not suffer. My poor mom at the end, she was so sorry and she apologized. She wrote me a letter and she tried to be close to me. I wasn't ready. Yeah. Um, they weren't treated like me. The female was not treated as well as the males in the house. Yeah.
Wow. And then, so from the eating disorder, what actually caused the drinking? Or were they fighting
Well,
each other's?
first you're anorexic, as people with eating disorders know. Then it developed into bulimia, where you get the idea, like, I hope nobody gets this idea, but oh, wow, I can eat, and then I can eat as much as I want, and then I'll, purge. So usually you're drinking with it because it relaxes you. So you use alcohol, or I did. I know a lot do.
Wow.
Yeah,
So interesting.
yeah, and it's painful.
I bet. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
I bet. I'm just even thinking, because even when you purge anyway, just when you
Yeah.
about it, like your esophagus, it burns.
Yeah. And I was bad. I was up to like 3 times a day. All my teeth, I still need work. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I look back at that girl and I really wish I could give her the love and support she needed instead of being yelled at for it. And, I was blamed for it. So I would try to hide it and I'd tell my dad I was fine. And, there was no help back then for this. And it's still looked upon as like disgusting.
Yeah. Oh, that's terrible. How did you make that transition? Like, what was that pivotal moment for you?
I was trying really hard. I had 3 kids, and of course, I was married too young. I married to get out of my house. Teenage, I was scared for my life at one point. I was terrified. So I was pregnant young, and I left. And my ex-husband, it was not a good marriage. I wasn't ready to be married. I wasn't, and what happened was I remember I was looking at a bagel and I said, this damn thing has more power over me than I have. And that was my pivotal moment. I said, I am no longer letting this control me. So that one day led to 2 days of not doing it. Then if I had a slip up, I would look in the mirror and say, "You're okay. You're okay. You can do this." And I gradually, with self-love that I had never given myself and understanding and not beating myself up for a slip up, I was able to beat it.
Wow. Amazing. So if you were to just share this story with someone, maybe they're battling anorexia or bulimia right now, or any type of eating disorder, or maybe they're battling, alcoholism as well, and they're
Mhm.
binge drinking, what would be something that you would say to them?
I would say you don't have to change into this magical, healed person, this wonderful person with new habits. You just have to learn energy change and how you look at things and little tweaks here and there, behavior modification and support. Get support, somebody you can trust, and try to not beat yourself up over it, but no, you can do it. If I did it, I was deep in it. You can do it. And with the alcoholism, I was drinking, and my son had visited me from China. He lives in China, and I must have been drinking, and I didn't know that I had told him I was miserable drinking. I had forgotten. And he took me out back and he prayed on me, and it lifted. He was the conduit from God. I'd never felt anything like it. I tried to beat it. I tried. I couldn't do it on my own. And I stopped.
That is amazing.
I know.
Amazing. I love
Hmm.
that. It's so amazing how, guys, God just enters our lives in these pivotal moments, and we think that we're going through these unforgettable things and these transformations, and what we don't realize is that is the awakening of what he wants us to do in the world. Like, that is literally the pivotal moment of how we're going to just effectively change and change the
I
ones around us.
I can cry because I wasn't religious. I had no idea about it for him to do it. And do you know, I stopped drinking that night. It was like 30 years of drinking. I didn't go into detox. I didn't go in, but I couldn't sleep for 8 months. I was itching and I couldn't, nothing happened to me. You know, if you're drinking a lot, I'm not saying for you to do that, but that's what I did. I had no detox symptoms, and my sleep now is wonderful. I can finally sleep at night, and yeah.
Oh my God, that is amazing. Fast forward to where you are today. Can you talk
Hmm.
a bit about just the client work that you've dealt with? What are some of the challenges or the issues or the root causes that your clients come to you for? And how are you able to help them get on the other side?
Well, again, people don't realize how easy it is. They don't understand that with a little support, people need support. And I take all of that negative energy and what happened to me and I put it into strength to heal others. And it's very strong when they get support. They can't believe they're being supported without judgment. Also, it's just little tweaks in the way you're thinking. And I help them do meditations. I can tailor make meditations for them. I also help them to, if they don't like meditating, to do something pleasurable for themselves when they can think about positivity and how they want to change.
Absolutely. That's amazing. And can you just share a success story with us? Like, just one client that you've worked with in the past and how you were able to just like a visual, right? How you were able to put that into perspective for us.
Well, I had a client that was smoking, and believe it or not, smoking is one of the most hardest things to beat because nicotine has a million chemicals in it. So you're going in, you're not just trying to detox from the nicotine, all the chemicals in it. And she was just like, if I don't stop, I'm going to get lung cancer and die. I'm like, well, you're saying that right now. You're saying you're going to get lung cancer and die. Think of that every time you put a cigarette in. think of that. I had her think of the whole smoking in such a different way. Not that she had to quit, not that I was able to change her mindset. And the same thing that I did with the eating disorder, I was able to have it have less power over her and her have more power over it. And she was able to quit. It was a process.
Wow, that's fantastic. And how does this translate into Ageless?
Well, when I was running and I got a message to heal and stop crying over my past and stop being miserable, God doesn't want us to be miserable. He wants us to be happy. And when I had quit my behaviors, I was still the unloved, hurt child. So I had a nervous breakdown. I really did. Yeah, it was bad. My hair was falling out. My eyes looked, like they were sunken. You wouldn't even have recognized me. So I realized I'm not going to suffer anymore and I'm going to help others. I never want another woman to have to go through what I went through. And I'm going to help ageless women 45 plus because back in the day, there weren't the modalities that we have now. There weren't coaches, there weren't healers. You went to a psychiatrist, you were shamed. You did anything to not go. So that's how Ageless was born because I wanted to help other women with a passion, with my knowledge, my strength, and my coaching, and how I can be such a beacon of light to them.
I love that. And if you were to just think of a parting gift for someone where, their next step on this journey, what it should be, what would you say?
What do you mean, like a parting gift to them to their next step on this journey? What would I say? I would say, remember, be you. You do not have to change. Love yourself. The first thing you have to start doing on this journey is self-love and realize things aren't that bad. People fear the future. The future is something to be looked forward to with wonder and awe. Beautiful things are happening. Live in the moment. Just because you're on this journey and you might need help right now, you can do it. Don't think ahead. That's what happens. People think ahead, then they get negative. Just calm down, breathe, and give yourself self-love and think about getting the help that you need with a coach or however. But say to yourself, love myself, and be happy you recognize that you want to take this step and this journey.
That's actually some so good advice because, one of the things that I've noticed is one of the reasons why we may interact with people the way that we do, or maybe not. Maybe people are expecting more from us and we're not able to provide it. And a lot of it is through how we treat ourselves. If you're not
Mm-hmm.
going to show up for yourself in that way, if you're not going to, put your back against the wall for yourself and do the things that you need to do to make sure that you're good, how can you help someone else?
Exactly. And how can you heal? You have to start giving yourself and giving yourself self-love because it all starts with the heart. Once the heart opens, it goes to the brain. There's a heart-brain cohesiveness and you can move mountains with it. You don't realize.
I love that. Well, Tammy, this has been amazing. Thank you so much for being a part of our community. If anyone was looking to connect with you further, what does that process look like?
DM me. I'm still not sure about my website. It will be up this week. Somebody took my domain name and so we had to repurpose it to .org. It will be agelesssoultribe.org. But just DM me. You can go on Facebook, join Ageless Soul Tribe Facebook, or get me Tami Anne Strochak.
I love that. And I know you're also having some type of summit or something coming up.
I don't, yes, it's a rebirth summit. There's going to be 126 speakers. There are people that have healed brain cancer through nutrition and was given no hope to live. There are healers. I will be talking about my rebirth from the breakdown to breakthrough. with the eating disorder and coaching and people. It's not just for me, it's for everyone. It's 5 days. I'm going to be speaking Monday. It's only 15 minutes, my 15 minutes of fame, 2:15 to 2:30. But I think it's going to be seen on Roku TV, Apple TV, all over. So it's a really beautiful, positive thing. All you have to do is hit the link and sign up. Your name, email takes you right to it. It's easy.
That's awesome. So I'll put that in the description notes as well. So anyone who wants
Mhm.
to connect with Tami further, or even some of the speakers that will be at the event, you'll have the opportunity to do so.
Yes, that's
Awesome.
really good.
Well, thanks again, Tami. Until next time.
Okay, you're welcome.